Welcome back to Grammar Grade 10. This is Unit 11, Lesson 76, and today we're setting off interrupters with commas. An interrupter is a word or phrase that breaks into a sentence to add a little flavor, a little comment, a little connection. We'll meet three kinds today: mild interjections, parenthetical expressions, and conjunctive adverbs. And we'll finish with the one pattern students miss most, the semicolon that has to come before a conjunctive adverb when it joins two whole clauses. Let's get into it. In Lesson 75, you learned a test I want you to keep in your pocket, the lift it out test. If you can lift a word or a phrase straight out of a sentence, and the sentence still stands on its own, then that piece is an interrupter. And an interrupter gets fenced off with commas. Today, we meet three kinds of liftable interrupter. First, mild interjections, little words like well, oh, and yes. Second, parenthetical expressions, side comments like of course and in fact. Third, conjunctive adverbs, connecting words like however and therefore. Three different flavors, one shared habit. Set them off. Let's start with the softest interrupter of all, the mild interjection. Back in Lesson 12, you met interjections as the words that show feeling. Well, oh, yes, why, hey. When one of those words is mild, when it's just a little breath before the sentence gets going, a comma is all it needs. Listen, well, we tried our best. That comma is doing the fencing. And notice the lifted out test working. Pull the word well straight out, and we tried our best is still a perfectly good sentence. Here's another. Oh, I forgot the tickets. Same pattern, same comma. Now, one caution. If the interjection is strong, if it's a burst of real feeling, it doesn't take a comma at all. It takes an exclamation point and stands alone. Wow! Mild gets a comma, strong gets the exclamation point. Next up, the parenthetical expression. This is a side comment, a little aside the writer slips in, almost like a whisper to the reader. Here are the ones you'll meet most. Of course, after all, by the way, and in fact. Then a second batch. In my opinion, I believe, and to tell the truth. And a third. For example, on the other hand, and nevertheless. Look at that whole list and notice what they share. Not one of them is needed to make the sentence work. Lift any of them out and the sentence stands up just fine. That's exactly why every single one of them gets fenced off with commas. A parenthetical expression can land anywhere in the sentence, and the commas simply follow it. Watch. At the front, in fact, we were early. One comma, right after the phrase. In the middle, the map, of course, was useless. Because the phrase is surrounded by sentence on both sides, it needs a comma on each side. Think of them as a little fence, one post in front and one post behind. And at the end, the trail was closed, after all. One comma before the phrase, and the period closes it out. So the placement changes, but the job never does. Fence off the interrupter wherever it lands. Now the third kind, and the trickiest, the conjunctive adverb. You met these in Lesson 12, and again in Lesson 72 when we joined clauses. A conjunctive adverb is an adverb that also connects. It reaches back to an idea and links it to the one coming next. Here's the family: however, therefore, moreover, and consequently. Then furthermore, nevertheless, and otherwise. And two more: indeed and besides. Here's the thing that makes them tricky. They do connect ideas, like a conjunction would, but grammatically they are still adverbs, still liftable, still interrupters. And that double life is exactly why their punctuation has a twist. Here is the heart of the lesson, so slow down with me. When a conjunctive adverb joins two main clauses, two groups of words that could each stand alone as a sentence, it needs a semicolon before it and a comma after it. Listen. The road was icy, therefore we drove slowly. The road was icy is a whole sentence. We drove slowly is a whole sentence. A comma is far too weak to hold two sentences together, so the semicolon steps in and does the joining, and the comma just fences off the word therefore. But look what happens when the very same word merely interrupts one clause. We drove, therefore, very slowly. There's only one clause here, so there's nothing for a semicolon to join. Commas alone are enough. So burn this in. Two clauses take a semicolon. One clause takes commas. Let me show you the mistake this rule exists to prevent. Look at the first line. It rained, however, the game went on. It looks so reasonable, doesn't it? But count the clauses. It rained is one whole sentence. The game went on is another whole sentence. We have glued two sentences together with nothing but commas, and that error has a name, a comma splice. The fix is one small mark. Change that first comma to a semicolon. It rained, however, the game went on. Now the semicolon does the joining, and the comma still fences off however. So before you punctuate any conjunctive adverb, ask yourself one question. Is there a full clause on each side of it? Let's boil the whole lesson into a check you can run in a second. Step 1. Can I lift this word or phrase straight out and still have a sentence? If yes, it's an interrupter, and it must be set off. Step 2. Look left and look right. Is there a full clause on each side of it? If there is, the mark in front must be a semicolon. Step 3. If there isn't a clause on both sides, commas alone will do the job. And through all three steps, one thing never changes. The interrupter itself still gets a comma after it. Ready to try some together? In this first set, each sentence has a mild interjection, or a parenthetical expression hiding in it. Your job is to fence it off correctly. Pause the video and choose before I reveal each answer. Punctuate this. Well, we tried our best. Well is a mild interjection, sitting at the front of the sentence. Lift it out, and we tried our best still stands, so it's an interrupter. It gets one comma right after it. The answer is, well, comma, we tried our best. Punctuate this. The map, of course, was useless. The phrase, of course, is a parenthetical expression, and it has landed right in the middle of the sentence, with words on both sides of it. That means it needs a fence on both sides. The correct answer is, the map, comma, of course, comma, was useless. Punctuate this. To tell the truth, I had forgotten. To tell the truth is a parenthetical expression, an aside, and here it opens the sentence. Lift it out, and I had forgotten still stands on its own, so we place one comma after the whole phrase. The right choice is, to tell the truth, comma, I had forgotten. Now the heart of the lesson. Each sentence has a conjunctive adverb in it. Count the clauses and decide whether that adverb needs a semicolon in front of it or just commas. Pause and try each one before I answer. Here's the sentence. The lake froze, therefore we skated. Count the clauses. The lake froze is a whole sentence. We skated is a whole sentence. The word therefore is joining two main clauses, so a comma is far too weak. The answer is, the lake froze, semicolon, therefore, comma, we skated. Now this one. We skated, therefore, with great care. Count again. There is only one clause in the whole sentence, and the word therefore is simply interrupting it. There is no second clause for a semicolon to join, so commas alone are enough. The correct version is, we skated, comma, therefore, comma, with great care. Last one. The bus was late, however, we still arrived. The bus was late stands alone. We still arrived stands alone. So however is joining two main clauses, and using a comma there would create a comma splice. The right answer is, the bus was late, semicolon. However, comma, we still arrived. Let's gather up what we learned. A mild interjection is set off with a comma. Well, we tried. But a strong interjection takes an exclamation point and stands on its own. Parenthetical expressions, of course, in fact, by the way, are side comments, and they get fenced off wherever they land, at the front, in the middle, or at the end. And the big one, a conjunctive adverb like however or therefore takes a semicolon before it and a comma after it when it joins two main clauses, but only commas when it merely interrupts a single clause. Lift it out, count the clauses, and punctuate. In our next lesson, we'll keep working with commas. I'll see you there.